Be honest, Yusuke. I
Back.
don't think they felt much
I
safer
felt like
around you
I
before.
felt like this episode went by
You just
so
didn't care.
fast. I was like, whoa, it started and then it was over. I was like, oh, wrapping it up. Like what I like to see.
What are you staring at
Honest,
me for?
I
Oh, no reason.
I forgot
If
about
it's
that
about the
whole
skirt, I don't want to hear it.
bit at the end where she
Hey,
like
but it
fights
wasn't.
the gang in that episode. I forgot that even happened. Yeah, I was like, what? But yeah, no, I enjoyed the episode. Uh, what was I gonna say? Oh, okay, so yeah. All right. So Yu Yu
Okay,
Hakusho, if you
listen to
haven't seen it
something.
and
Beat 'em
you
up.
haven't listened to any of our other
Today's good.
episodes
It's
on
not
this,
much has changed at all.
um, it's about a
Yo,
kid,
hey,
Yusuke
Louie.
Urameshi,
First period
gets hit by a
begins. If you're
car
not
and
having
dies
this, I'm
trying to save
sure
a
you'll be
kid,
in your seat by then.
Damn
and
it!
the spirits are like,
Talking nothing.
"Die,
I'm
you
thinking I'm
weren't
gonna have
supposed
to
to
skip.
die,
You
so
can
we're gonna give you another chance." And he's like, so he does all these things to like show that he's a good person and he's worthy of coming back to life. So the episode that we're on today, and again, this is a very rough like overview of it. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of these, go listen to our previous episodes about Yu Yu Hakusho. But we are on this this episode. We are at the point where Yusuke is going to come back to life after his ordeals, as they call them. And yeah, so I thought this was a pretty good episode. I thought it was kind of funny. There's some humor to it. So basically, the gist of this episode is so it's time for Yusuke to come back, and Quinma is like, "Hey, Yusuke," or he's like, "Yusuke, you can come back, but it has to be tomorrow, or you have to wait 52 years before you can do it again." And I don't know if these are, I don't know. I feel like these are just arbitrary numbers they're coming up with. Yeah, because it has to be tomorrow because it's the only time that Yusuke's his body's energy and his soul's energy are matching. And yeah, yeah. So what was I gonna say? Oh, so Koenma says to Yusuke, he's like, "Well, there's only one way you can do this, though. There's a catch. One of the people who wants you back the most, has to kiss you." And so Yusuke's running down like, "Who wants me back?" And they start with his mom, who immediately comes in and is like, "Watch it," to Yusuke's pretty much dead body. Goes, "All right, watch the house. I'm going out drinking." So unreliable. Oh yeah, she must have good fire insurance. Which I don't know how long. I don't know like how much time was in between the fire and this episode, like on the show. But man, her insurance paid out quick. Yeah, it paid out real fast. Yeah, but so yes, so Yusuke, I went to go sit back in like in a weird position that I would normally, but I forgot I'm on camera now. So you've You've ruined my life. But yeah, so he's like, all right, who else wants you back? He's like, definitely Keiko. And he's like, but who else? And then like, oh, so yeah, so Yusuke's goal tonight is to go into their Keiko, and turns out Kuwabara's dreams to be like, you have to give me a kiss tomorrow so I can come back to life.
Unless the two are perfectly aligned,
So
they
you,
cannot join, which won't happen until tomorrow. Wow.
right.
Tomorrow be for that to happen,
Okay, 3 people, and he knows who they are. So after this scene, we're gonna cut to him to Kuwabara. Oh, actually, I now that he shows this. So there's a catch to know when he's cooked. He's ready to be kissed. He's gonna glow gold. And later we're gonna see it starts at his feet and works its way up. So Keiko comes later to kiss him, but he's tucked in so you can't see he's glowing. Cannot. Oh, and here comes Yusuke's mom going to drink, and there's Kuwabara. Okay, hold on. Fuck it. Kuwabara is having a dream because Yusuke goes to him in his sleep, and he's like, Kuwabara, you gotta kiss me on the mouth. But I'm gonna say this right now. Yusuke, not good enough for Kuwabara. Not good enough. Not good enough for a boy.
He certainly doesn't look golden.
He deserves.
But was it? Should I try?
Kuwabara deserves better. But yeah, so yeah, here's yes. So here's what I'm talking about. Where you can't see him glowing. You see his feet. He's glowing. There we go. But yeah, so Keiko's gonna go to school. Well, right now Yusuke's like, oh, I'm gonna have to wait till he comes back later to check on me because he'll be glowing more. So Keiko goes to school, and Mr. Takanaka, right? Taka. I can never remember his
I can't
name.
remember exactly.
The good teacher, good guy teacher.
Kuwabara's not in school today. I wanted to ask
Because
him
we've
about
only ever
his
seen
food.
3 teachers, and 2 out of 3
Yeah.
are dicks.
Well, this
Here
guy,
he
he's
is.
the principal.
Our boy, yeah, our guy here. He's like, oh, Keiko,
Huh?
you gotta come to the office right now. Your mom, she's in the hospital. Cut to the hospital.
Yeah, which they
So,
never really like alluded, right, to her being like sick.
no, she's not sick. She passed out from exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was. I guess
skipped
they were
that.
they're saying here in this scene, like, it was like, I think it might have been like too hot or something. She was working in the heat all
Yeah.
day, so she like passed out from like heat exhaustion or something.
Okay.
And so she just needs a day to rest. And so Keiko's like, oh well, I can't leave my mom. So now Yusuke is Fucksville.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's like, I can't convince my mom
Because
to do anything.
Keiko's not leaving. And in a moment, you're gonna see a scene. Yusuke's mom is out drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kuwabara, is just Kuwabara.
Yeah.
He's playing video games, much like how I play video games. I yell at the television,
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
but I'm alone by myself, and I yell at the television.
Well, we don't have any like cool arcades like this nowadays, which is
Now,
I wouldn't mind going to. You know.
yeah, no, they don't find many of those anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go to one now. I don't really want COVID. It's not worth COVID to me.
Hey, you know, never know.
Yeah, nah, no thanks. But
They gotta have Mario Kart for me to want to come out.
you own a Switch.
Yeah, I know.
But oh yeah, here she is. She's drinking. She's living her best life.
Yep, with these 2 lovely ladies.
And so yeah, so he's shit out of luck.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we'll skip to like this part where
Well, no, don't skip to this part because here's what happens. So Keiko's mom
this
starts
is the part
talking
here.
to her
Okay.
while she's passed out. She starts talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, Yusuke,
Mhm.
you gotta go save Yusuke," because Botan was like, "I got it. I know what to do."
Yep. Botan had like
Botan
a last ditch
possesses
effort.
her. Yeah, Botan goes and possesses Keiko's mom and says this shit to Keiko.
Mm-hmm.
So Keiko hops up and she springs into action.
What do you do if she doesn't make it in time?
And it's cutting it close. It's like 11:56 or something.
Yeah, it's like 11:55.
And Quinma's like, Yusuke, what are you gonna do if she doesn't make it? And he's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait 52 years and go see her when she's an old woman.
Yeah. But like then, like there was only like 5 minutes left, and then this whole scene here, like those 5 minutes just get spent so fast.
Yeah,
But I
this isn't
feel like-
Dragon Ball. This isn't Dragon Ball Z where 5 minutes takes 10 episodes. This
Yeah.
is
No, but like that hospital must have been kind of close for her to be able to get there so fast. Because I can't.
I feel like it might be. They live in like a I don't think they ever say where they live.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a city. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
it's
I'm gonna
definitely
assume
like a
Tokyo.
metropolitan area.
I was gonna say, oh, it's probably Tokyo, but there's other cities in Japan, so I don't know why I'm just jumping to Tokyo.
But this girl spent more time like now looking for the key than
but
anything. But then
so-
the clock
you have a
rings
moment-
midnight.
and Keiko gives him a smooch.
Yep.
And you think, oh God, he didn't make it. She didn't make it. Yusuke's dead. No, think again.
Well-
Yusuke, he's back.
I mean, you got this. Look, you got the silence. Nothing's happening. The clock run midnight.
They don't really stretch this out. This is they resolved this very quickly. That's why I felt like this episode went so quick.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of animes would have drawn this whole thing out the whole episode.
Oh, for sure. Like this whole
But-
part here would have been dragged out.
Yeah,
But
but no,
really
no. They get right to it. So Yusuke is back. He's alive.
Oh, yep.
And we cut to, and then this is when the part that happens that I completely like forgot about. Cut
Uh-huh.
to Yusuke like just kind of walking around town, being alive again, and like
Like here.
yeah,
he's just
then
walking around
these
the town.
these two guys try to shake him down,
hmm
and I'm like, oh, this is Yusuke. Yusuke's gonna fucking beat the dog shit out of him.
That's what I was thinking too. And
But no, he's in such a good mood, and also back to the like 1920s Italian accents for these guys in the dub.
Yeah.
We lost our wallet. See, my stereotypical Italian isn't great.
The way like these two guys like spoke at first, like when they're like, "Yeah, we lost our wallets and we need to call our moms," like it almost seemed like it's like a common thing in Japan for someone to be like, "Hey, can I get 50 cents to call?"
No, I don't think so. They sounded very snarky. It sounded like a shakedown.
Oh no, for sure. And
And-
this,
but
I love
Yusuke-
Botan for doing things like this.
Yusuke just lets it go,
Yeah.
and then Botan, disguised as a fortune teller, waves him down, and he's like, "Oh, you got a destiny, you got a special job to do,"
hmm
and he just goes, "Nope."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I just want to relax,"
He's like, "Oh, peace out."
and he throws the
And he
shades
goes-
on and walks away.
Yeah, he throws the shades on, looking cool as fuck, and he's walking by these guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, now that Urameshi's gone,
hmm
these guys from this other school are moving in on Kuwabara's turf."
Yeah.
So Yusuke goes into the diner, restaurant, or the fuck you want to call it, to check out what's going on. He's going,
Yeah,
"Look
it's
what's
like
going
a
on."
cafe or something.
And you overhear their leader, the nerdy guy.
That guy right there.
Yeah, the nerdy dude talking, and he's like, "Oh, I got Kuwabara right where I want him." Oh, he's got horns. Yusuke sees some horns on him, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
hmm
I like that he fakes it off though. It's like no big deal.
Yeah, he's like,
"Ah,
"Huh,
whatever."
weird.
Huh, weird, whatever.
I'm just gonna keep sitting here."
But yeah, so then he overhears him and he's like, "Oh, I have Kuwabara going to steal some comic books to prove his loyalty." And Yusuke's like, "Kuwabara doesn't steal.
Yep.
It's not in his code. It's code." And so in comes Kuwabara,
Yes, sir.
comic books in hand, which you quickly find out he did not steal.
Yep, he messed up.
He paid for.
Yeah, that he did.
And he's like, "Oh, give me back." I can't remember the name he said. It was a girl. It's a girl's name though. And he's like, "Oh, I got her right here." But this wasn't the deal. And
Yeah,
they're talking, and Yusuke is like, "Man, this girl must be something else for Kuwabara to be, begging on his knees to
mhm.
give it back." Turns out it's a cat.
Yep. Turns out it's a
Um,
cat. He makes him like bow down and everything.
Yeah, it's Kuwabara's cat.
But there it is.
There's the cat in
That's-
question. He calls the cat a retard,
Yeah.
which threw me a bit. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Woo!"
Oh,
Big words. Big words.
that it was. And then they just kind of like go back and forth a little bit there.
Yeah, they go back and forth. So he
But
takes
then
him.
they take
takes
it
him-
outside.
Yeah, they take it outside to like this alley, and he's like, "All right, Kuwabara, I got one last test for you, and then you can have the cat back."
Yeah.
He's like, "You gotta beat up your friends."
You
He's
gotta-
like, "I don't like how they're looking at me. You gotta beat them up." Kuwabara, he's a man of honor. Kuwabara is a man of honor. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm not gonna beat up my friends. I'm gonna beat up my guys. Breaks that beer bottle. He's like, "I'm gonna cut this cat. I'm gonna cut it."
Which like that's pretty awful. Like this guy's like literally willing
Yeah.
to just like stab a cat.
And then I'm like, for a second though, like, weren't they saying like a little while ago these kids were from a rival middle school?
Yeah, exactly.
These are hardcore middle schoolers.
But and then one of this kid's like goons like makes the comment and he's like, "Yo, so whatever his name was, they're like he's been acting like strange like the last few days, but like he's really getting shit done now."
Yeah, he's getting
Like-
things done.
And
with
and this is
broken
what
bottle.
they're getting done.
Yeah, this is what they're getting, a cat abduction.
So bad.
And that's it. Our boy Yusuke, he's had enough. He's had enough of these cat shenanigans.
Yeah.
Jumps into action. Here it is. Ow, cow.
And catches a cat.
As Lightning McQueen would say, "Chow." And then Yusuke springs into action and delivers a beatdown.
Oh, for sure.
And they're all shocked. They're like, "Oh shit, this kid's dead." I was kind of thinking, I forgot like this bit of this episode happened
Mhm.
because I thought the rest of this episode was people like freaking out that he was back, like he's like alive again.
Yeah.
And like nobody really asks any questions.
No, they kind of like keep it toned down, like.
And we're gonna get in to the next episode where he goes back to school for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, nobody really asks any questions
Yeah.
because as far as I can tell, the only people who knew he was coming back to life were his mom, Keiko,
And cool.
and Kuwabara.
Yeah.
But really quick, yeah. So he's back on this guy, and this guy ran like a little bitch.
This is like a ruthless punch right here. Like,
Donkey punches him in the back of the
yeah,
head.
that was crazy.
You're an embarrassment. And what's with the little horns?
And
I'm glad we can
this-
show people now, like for anybody who's
this
watching.
this little monster boy comes out.
Oh,
and-
one thing about this monster thing, because he's about to go like fucking Kaioken 10 over here and like jump away, right?
Mhm.
But like Botan talks about how ruthless like this particular individual is, but like it really didn't take much for him to get captured.
Well, okay, now, ruthless. I would say he is 100% ruthless.
Yeah.
He just like, hey, break that bottle, kill that cat.
Yes.
She
yes.
never. Well, no, she said he was ruthless. That is ruthless. Ruthless and being tough are not the same thing.
Yeah, but she like makes like the comment where like they've had a hard time capturing him or something. I don't know.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like-
he's probably like cunning.
Okay, yeah, okay, that would make
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
then, yeah.
Yeah, probably because when the shit gets rough, he's out of there.
Yeah, clearly,
Yeah,
like he just tried running
Ruthless,
away.
yeah, ruthless and tough are not the
Mhm.
same thing.
Yeah,
He's ruthless, but he's a little bitch too. So
Kind of
so yeah,
like
so
Hitler.
Yusuke sees this thing and like doesn't even miss a beat. He's like, all right, I'm gonna catch it.
My instincts?
Catches him.
That's a fancy title. What did they do?
Oh yeah, this is where she like tells him he'll become a spirit detective now,
Yeah,
and he
she's
pretty
like,
much has no choice. Like he
yeah,
has
he's
to do
like,
it.
she's like, you're a spirit detective now,
Hmm.
and he's kind of like, what? He doesn't. I don't. He doesn't really even argue with her. Or
Yeah,
then
no.
they go out and there's like a
Am I in
Emperor
trouble?
Palpatine-esque
Yusuke, you're a messy.
display of Koenma.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, here it is. Yeah,
Once again,
and
you have
he's like,
surprised
"Oh,
me.
you're a spirit. You passed your first test.
Hmm.
You're a spirit detective now. You're a wizard,
You're,
Yusuke.
I was about to say it. Yeah.
You're a wizard, Yusuke." So
Oh, that
yeah,
one.
and that's basically the end of this episode. We kind of end on that.
Yeah, that's where that
And
one ends. But
yeah, and that's it. But yeah, but just really quick before we get into the next episode,
uh-huh.
yeah, I expected more of like a, because like Kuwabara doesn't even really ever confront him about I'm gonna assume because they never bring it up,
Okay.
and I'm like 98% certain that Yu Hakusho is also a manga, so maybe they talk about it in the manga. I've never read it.
Okay.
Maybe they bring more attention to it there, because that's usually how something like this goes. They kind of gloss over stuff in anime,
Hmm.
whereas the manga's a little more detailed. But like no one ever, no one besides the people who knew, even like, oh, maybe Kubara. Yeah, no, nobody ever asks him how he came back.
Yeah, I don't think so. Uh,
I'm going to assume that eventually, um, Keiko and Kuwabara piece it together because, well, Kuwabara is going to be like, I guess, kind of become a de facto spirit detective.
yeah, because you can already see he's like so in
Yeah,
tune with the
I
spirit
don't think
world.
they ever make it official. They kind of dump the whole spirit detective, like, they kind of dump the whole detective thing after this series, to be real with you.
Uh, yeah,
Like,
it does end up being like that
yeah,
important.
like they don't like mention, like they don't like. He's just kind of like it's just his job now to save the world because he's strong. And then like
Yeah,
Yusuke
exactly.
being Yusuke, he likes to fight. But yeah, because like the next episodes we're gonna watch, he's like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm a spirit detective, and he has like this little like looking like this like it looks like a monocle, and
Yes.
it's a detective tool. That they dropped that shit. Like I feel like they
That.
planned
Yeah, like
for it
they
to
thought.
be a more of a thing,
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
but like after he trains with Genkai, which is like the next arc after we wrap up with uh meeting Hiei and Kurama,
Uh huh.
they drop that.
Yeah, because I think I mean, I would assume the way it just works out is that he gets strong enough where he doesn't need that stuff. I mean, I could still see that glass later on in the future, like being useful, but everything else, like he's pretty much okay on his own with.
Yeah, like but they don't. I don't think he gets. It's been a bit since I watched this. It's been like a year or two since I watched this,
Yeah.
but I don't. And anybody can feel free to correct me. Wrong
Hmm.
all the time. I'm pretty sure that's like the first and last detective tool he gets. Or no, he gets the little communicator thing when they go to fight the Saint Beasts from
Oh,
Botan.
like the little cell phone thing,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
kind of like a makeup compact.
Yep.
He
Hmm.
gets that. Um,
But see, like,
um,
I don't know,
but I
like,
don't think he gets any other tools besides that. And then after he trains with Genkai, they kind of just drop the whole spirit detective thing altogether.
yeah. Yeah, basically. It's just
Because
like,
then after with Genkai, he fights the Saint Beast. Then you meet the Togoros.
yeah, exactly.
Then the Dark Tournament.
And there's like not much going on except for getting ready for all that. The Dark Tournament.
Yeah, and then after the Dark Tournament, he meets the psychic guys and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on and on.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
not actually, no, not really on and
No,
on. There's
'cause it
only like I
ends,
think like
but-
two more arcs after that, after the Dark Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what they're referred to as, but there's a great fight later on where he fights this doctor guy in a school. Sweet.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And there's the movie somewhere in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which
I gotta find.
I
I
would
gotta
say
track that down.
I was thinking about it. If we're gonna watch that movie, I feel like we should watch it after the Saint Beast thing.
Okay.
Because it's the whole crew together. I know it's not canon, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's because it introduces everybody as a team.
Yeah. I don't see why not. Yeah, we could definitely.
Yeah, so I'm thinking after the Saint Beast is when we watch that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So the Spirit Detective thing is like really prominent right now in the show, but it's gonna just disappear.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not gonna get mentioned. It's just basically Yusuke against the world after that. But like right now, for the most part, it's really important.
Yeah. It's a nice setup. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a nice like introduction to everything.
Where now, like
But,
in this episode, like what you're seeing right now, this is gonna be Yusuke's like first mission as a spirit detective. Is what's about to go down here.
Yes.
Which I'll hit play for anybody who's watching so they can see. So basically, like these three guys break into Kawima's like safe, like his dad's like special safe, and they steal these like three like relics. And you're gonna see in a little bit. One's like an orb that
the orb of Bosk.
Oh, you got the names down. I already forgot them.
And then the I want to say Shadow Sword, but I think it's the Sword of Darkness.
Something like that, yeah.
And then the other one's like the Lunar Mirror or the Moon Mirror or something like that.
Better guy than me. So all I can tell you is the orb sucks souls. The sword creates demons out of whatever it cuts. I thought it was only like people. Like if it cuts people, it makes
but
demons,
he cuts
but
like
a tree.
He cuts a tree and that turns into a demon.
Yeah.
But then he cuts the demon.
And did he make more demons?
No, it just he killed it. He killed
okay, I couldn't remember now. And then I can't remember what Kurama's mirror thing does.
He grants a wish.
Oh,
but you have
that's
to
what it was.
sacrifice. You have to. The Forlorn Hope is what the mirror is called.
There you go. Yes. Because that becomes a pivotal thing later on.
Yes. He has to. You got to sacrifice something, and whatever you sacrifice, you get a wish.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. All that's coming back to me. I don't want to give it away though.
So here he is going back to school, and two guys are like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But before that, this kid is like, "Oh, look at this cool fountain pen I got."
Yeah.
It's like I'm assuming the dragon's actual gold to actually like anybody to give a shit about this actual pen. Because if it's not, it's just a shitty looking pen. It's a really tacky looking pen if that's not an actual gold dragon on it.
I know, and like, all right, so for anyone listening, it's like a pen with like a solid actual like dragon wrapped around it in gold. But like, it looks like it'd be hard to write with that thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's like an ornamental thing. Like I'm assuming it's like I would consider like maybe a piece of jewelry that's like ornamental.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, if it's not, it's just a really tacky looking pen.
They act like I've been dead or something.
So that pen's important to this episode.
I don't think
So yeah, Keiko's like, oh, he's like, well, you've always been a dick to him, Yusuke. That's why they all hate you.
Yeah.
And he's like,
which I found it funny is like he's trying to be nice to everyone now.
Yeah, she has a point though. I mean, well, first of all, he comes back from the dead. I all thought I was dead.
Yeah.
And the last time he was into school, he's fucking guys up.
Exactly, he was beating everybody up.
So it's not like I kind of understand the hesitancy.
And And like for anybody watching, you like see everybody's
you
like
can see they're all
freaked out.
But you would think going to like in a public school, I don't know, maybe Japanese culture. In America though, even if this was like the toughest kid school, someone's gonna be like,
Has changed.
But
I
you've
thought you were
been so
fucking
nice
dead.
to them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna say it.
Stay dead. Kuwabara.
And
And here comes
Kuwabara.
Kuwabara's like, I'm gonna send you back to death. I'm gonna beat you to death.
Kuwabara in this moment, like they tried giving him like the best like animation right here. Like they just
Yeah.
tried making him look so like a big hero, like whole romantic. Like
Kuwabara is a hero, first of all. How dare you? And second of all, Kuwabara is my favorite character. It's one of my favorite anime characters of all time.
yeah.
And honestly, I have I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm gonna vomit thinking about the live action YuYu Hakusho that Netflix is doing.
Mm-hmm.
They better not do my boy dirty.
Oh no.
Oh, I will be so upset.
I don't
I'll
know.
be devastated.
It kind of looks good from the little bits I've seen, but
Cowboy Bebop looked good, and I've watched that whole thing now, and it's not good.
oh, the live action?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looked good, I guess.
That's the only thing I feel like it captured the look real good.
Yeah.
But
But
that show
now
is
you
not
see
good.
what I was like talking about, where they like jumble up the whole storyline in that, and like
Stories all jumbled, the writing, and this isn't even like because I have watched Cowboy Bebop in the past,
mm-hmm.
and like I love that show. But like if I were to watch this with no prior knowledge to Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah.
I just don't think it's good. Like a
Okay.
really poorly written show.
I was telling you, it's like something
And
that could probably pass on.
Vicious is awful,
Oh, horrible!
awful.
It that would have had to have gone on at midnight on the Sci-Fi Channel for like some
Yeah,
weird
and it looked like
subculture like it.
it's weird because I feel like they captured the look of the show really well
Yeah.
with like electronics and stuff. Like everything's got knobs and shit, but then it also looked really cheap
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. You know, again, like some stuff looked great, other stuff looked super cheap.
It's rough because with like a premise like that, like Cowboy Bebop, obviously like a lot of that's gonna be CGI, like and like heavy, you know.
It wasn't good. It wasn't
Yeah.
good. But okay, but back to something I enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Back
I'm
to
worried
this-
about.
this-
I'm really worried about this live action.
Well, it might be good because it's not American made, right?
I don't know.
I think it looks Japanese made, so I feel like that alone should help it.
They're not great at it either though.
Yeah.
Other than the Rurouni Kenshin movies, they're just as bad. Like they have a Full Metal Alchemist one, sucks.
Well,
They have a Bleach one, sucks.
Yeah, but that Rurouni Kenshin one is
All three of those movies are excellent.
whoever did that should just be in charge of doing all anime live actions, like from now on.
But you know what though? I think I've said this before. It works because there's no weird supernatural. Like there is some supernatural stuff to it,
But
but
barely.
it's pretty grounded.
Yeah.
Gotta pick an anime that's grounded.
Like it's just all about like good sword fighting. Like yeah, you know,
Yeah, it's
some
really what it
swords
comes down to.
catch
It's all
on
good sword
fire,
fighting.
but
And like the supernatural stuff is so minimal
mm-hmm.
that you can either only allude to it a little bit or can just completely cut it out and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you right now, Yusuke, which I'm gonna, you know what, this is perfect. Bring us right back to talking about the episode. Yusuke is gonna do the spirit gun in this live action,
Oh.
and it's gonna look like shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you could have like the best CGI, but like even I still think it even looks like shit in like the like Marvel movies when they do energy beams and shit. I think it looks terrible.
Because it's one of those things like you need a lot of like stuff in the background to like offset it and try to make it. It's a very hard thing to do.
What I think it is in like a cartoon, everything matches, and this is a personal opinion of mine, but like you're already watching a cartoon, and so you could already just suspend your disbelief because it's a cartoon
Yeah.
that somebody's shooting a fucking laser beam out of their hands. In the real world, nobody's shooting laser beams out of their hands. So when you see a real person, even if it's just it's a make believe movie, but your brain isn't going to be able to because it's a real person.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever seen a real person actual lasers out of their hand.
Well, it's coming to a future near you, I guess.
I guess, but yeah. So either way, back to the episode.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a dickhead teacher, Mr. Blockhead.
Yes.
Ah,
Which we don't
like
see
that.
the other one, but
You're a Meshy, that cockroach. I'll crush him this time.
yeah, he's like a roach that just
Crush
keeps coming back.
I'll crush him. God damn it. So everyone's playing basketball. And they're like, "Oh, isn't your Meshy back?" And they're like, "Yeah, but this is gym. He doesn't come to gym."
Yeah. They're like, come on, you guys should remember this. He never ever came to gym.
So while he's like hanging out wherever he is, I'm assuming outside of the school somewhere, he pulls out this little monocle thing, and this is, I guess, the night prior. Botan is like, "This is your first detective tool.
Yep.
This monocle lets you see through anything." Now, real quick,
Yep.
there's like, they make a quick joke of like Yusuke trying to like take a look at Botan. Real quick
yes,
joke.
Yes.
If we were watching Dragon Ball right now,
You
this
would
would have been like this would have been like a 3-minute joke.
Like, boom, that's it. That's the end of the joke.
And he
Like-
doesn't even do it. He just kind of like motions a little bit,
Yeah.
cuts it.
But like, as weird as it is to say this, like that was like a tastefully perverted scene. Like, literally half a second, you just see him like glance down, he gets hit, it's over with. Nothing
Over
like
with,
what we
moving
see
on.
in Dragon Ball.
Moving on. Nobody's gonna get sexually assaulted.
Exactly.
Questions. One, are you
So,
sure
you know,
you're the
points
Grim
for that.
Reaper? And two, did I agree to this spirit detective thing?
I'm ignoring both of those questions.
It's like,
If
and,
you don't want to do this, I'll just have to
To
take you back
preface
to the
this,
spirit world.
if you want to
I'm
cover
going to
sexual
bed
assault
now.
in like a medium like
just
anime,
moved.
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that. But you gotta take it serious.
Dead.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like a joke.
Lose your medicine? No, Doofus,
Which
my
literally that
little
episode of Dragon Ball
dragon
treated it
Yeah.
like a joke
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
multiple times.
You guys already know. You heard that podcast. You know we weren't a fan
But
of
alright,
that
so-
episode.
Back on YuYu Hakusho. So during this, so you get the little kind of breakdown of what the why I can't remember what it's called. I want to say the detective lens is what she calls it.
Uh huh.
I had it before gym
But
class and now it's
the
gone.
monocle. You get a breakdown
Yeah.
of what the monocle does.
Mhm.
So we cut back to the class after gym. Everybody's missing stuff.
Yeah,
Now,
everyone
this-
like the one kid's missing a pen, the other chick's like missing like her wallet, someone's missing something else, and then like
This kind of makes
Yusuke
me
just
like
walks in.
laugh a little bit because
Mhm.
Yusuke walks in and they're all staring daggers at him because they all think he did it.
Yeah,
But like
All right. What's
like
with the
everyone's all
staring?
tough now. Like
yeah. That's what's weird. Like this Four Eyes kid you're about to see, it just gets like all tough with Yusuke.
yeah, I'm like,
This
dude.
thug Kiko, and I'd have to
I
think
mean,
must be different.
listen.
He
Like
gets
first of all, you're all wrong. And nobody had any proof.
What's this
But I'm
Mhm.
like,
about?
man, Yusuke would beat up this whole classroom.
Lughead, I didn't do it.
No, and then of course like the crappy. Okay,
The
like
teacher hits him.
yes. All right, so the crappy teacher brings him aside because then I guess everybody in the classroom's like, "Yo, we think Yusuke stole from us." And then opening scene here with like Yusuke and the teacher, he like the teacher's interrogating him and he just punches Yusuke in the face and like clearly draws blood. And I was like, "No way!" Like Japanese
I
schools
don't know.
could be
I
like
don't
this.
know. I don't know. I'm not.
I'm too old to go back and find out for myself. So
I've
someone's
lived
got to
in
let
New
me
York
know.
my whole life.
Yes.
But yeah, I was just like, oh, punched him right in the
Uh-huh.
fucking face.
Then we get the nice, perfect principal.
Not even
comes in.
like the joking, like they'll throw the chalk or the eraser at them, like in most anime.
Yeah.
He straight up just fucking
Look what we have. This poisonous weed was the only
And he's
student
like, "Oh,
when the
Yusuke
item was
stole everything." He's like, "Do you have any
from the
proof?"
district from his tramp mother.
And he's like, "Oh, I have all the proof I need. Here's a bunch of circumstantial bullshit."
Yeah, but and then
He has no proof. He has
yeah,
no proof.
no,
These teachers are bad at this.
and then he like insults like Yusuke's mom for no reason.
Yeah.
Just calls her a tramp, no reason, just brings her into this. And that's what gets Yusuke like so angry that he's literally about to like swing on this guy. But that's what he wants. He wants Yusuke to swing on him so that he could just get expelled from the school. Like he has it out for Yusuke so bad, but there's really no real reason.
Dick.
Oh, but you lie about my mother too.
But
Yeah,
then
it's
here
just-
comes
it's just-
Koenma.
Stops time.
Yep. Freezes everything. No one.
Koenma's like super strong.
Oh yeah. Even though like Yusuke always refers to him as a toddler.
Can't you see I'm busy with this asshole here?
Yeah, he's like ridiculously strong.
But like, Koenma pretty much just pops in right now to tell Yusuke that he got robbed those 3 like artifacts, and
Yeah.
that he needs Yusuke to like track him down for him.
Don't worry about him, Yusuke. Right now he can't see or hear
And
us.
Well, anyway, can't you call back later?
And then
yeah, so he's like, "Oh, I'm not doing nothing until I get my name cleared." And Koenma's like, "All right, dummy, use your little spectacle
yeah,
and look at his pocket."
exactly. So he like
So
he takes out the monocle, looks at his pocket. He sees like the watch, the pen, the wallet, and then Yusuke pretty much just like snags it.
This master
Out of,
thief
like,
has
his
slipped it into my
pockets.
pocket.
And
Yes,
now the
I've
principal
got
has
so
like an
mad
issue
about
with
it,
the
I can't
teacher,
even
and they
look
just
at
kind of like skirt off.
But
But this is the part you like, John, because this is where Koenma tells Yusuke that he can use
That's
the
gonna attack him
spirit gun.
invisibly.
Give me a break. Do I look invisible?
yes,
One of your new abilities. Try to take
I'm
control
sorry.
of your spirit.
Really quick. I'm sorry. I just got a notification that my account was charged for $130 for Amazon Prime, which I don't have.
Like those fake text messages, or
No, like my bank contacted me.
oh yeah, you're definitely gonna have to look into that one.
Yeah, so
But
That's-
like earlier when Koenma made Yusuke a spirit detective, Koenma did state that he came up with all of his abilities. Like he's like, yeah, I came up with all the abilities and how they work. So clearly he's like super strong.
Energy, and then gather as much as you can into your right index.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah. But then he like explains to Yusuke that since he like was dead and close to the spirit world, now he's more in tune with his energy, so he can focus into his finger and shoot it out like a gun. So, which is what he does. And he ends up shooting the crappy teacher in the back of the head when he's like trying to run away from the principal, pretty much, and just knocks him out. And then
Yes.
Koenma tells him like for right now, the spirit gun is just only a little bit stronger than like an actual punch. But it's like invisible to all humans, like they can't see it. So
It worked.
It's your
Yusuke
spirit gun.
could mess up some people's lives now if he
A
wanted.
human being,
Yeah.
as I've explained before, emits both
That
bodily
is for
and
sure.
energy. While a ghost, you became more aware of
But,
your spirit energy and can channel
Yeah,
it
so
into
he
the
uses the spirit gun for the first time, and they kind of give him a breakdown of what that
It's more
does.
powerful than a
And
normal punch,
at this
but until
point,
you increase your spirit
he
muscle
can only
sense,
use
you
it
can only use it
once per
a
day.
Yes.
This mess.
And oh my god, well, I'm losing my train of thought here. He can only use it once per day,
Yeah.
and that's important for later
Yes. Yep.
in this episode. But yeah, so now he's like, oh hey, you need to go and track down these guys now.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to go track down the 3 guys. And he sends them uptown, I think is what it was. He was like, oh yeah, they're somewhere in the city. But I can't really like give him an exact location.
Yes. And so he's like walking around, and he's bitching. He's like, "Oh, these damn these damn rich people.
It's a kid. What happened?
Yeah, then all of a sudden, like, all these people freak out because, like, this kid faints. And this is, like, the big break, like, Yusuke gets for the episode, where he, like, sees the kid's soul leave his body. And then he pretty much just follows, the, like, the soul down,
Can capture living souls.
like, downtown into, like, a shady alley. And then this is where he gets to see him use that monocle again. And he ends up seeing, like...
He's a monster.
Oh, skip too far. Yeah, he sees, like, this guy. He sees he has horns, and he's a monster. And then he sees, like...
He's a monster.
He sees the object in his pocket. The orb.
There it is. The orb thingy.
Yep. And so he goes to chase after him, and these two guys,
Hey kid, you got some
Uh,
cash for me?
these two guys are like,
I have
"Hey,
time for you.
That's the wrong
you
answer.
son of a bitch,
Well, don't
Give me
say
all
that.
your
Uh,
money.
Nice fair.
give me all your money."
But Yusuke's got no time. And he
And
just...
he's like, "I ain't got time for this shit, bitch."
Mhm.
Good.
He just
Show me
beats
at
them all
once.
up.
Of course.
And then you
Beats
cut back to
fucking shit out of
Koiba
him.
here.
And that's
Yep.
all
Cut back to Quinma, and he's like, "Oh, we got."
he's
They're like,
avoided all
"Oh,
of our
hey,
fights.
we got some information about these guys."
Yeah. But they really didn't, because they're like, oh, this first guy, he's Kurama. We don't know anything about him.
All we know.
And
Somehow he's
then
avoided all of our
the next
fights.
guy, they're like, oh,
Hiei
and
is
he's
another
Hiei.
mystery case. No
And we don't know anything about him.
known, though informants all
And then they're
describe him
like,
as a real
oh,
cutthroat.
well, we got the
Definitely
last
known.
guy,
Last we got
and this
no
guy
one.
we know about.
Now here's your run-of-the-mill crook. 12 previous convictions.
Yeah,
killed his
yeah.
last
They had no idea who
Where's
Kurama.
his
They have
previous hobby?
they have some
So
hearsay
much
information
so.
about Hiei. They're like, "Oh,
I expected
everyone says
as
he's
much.
super dangerous,"
Yeah, exactly.
but
So he,
and nobody knows anything about Kurama. And then the
Yeah.
other guy's just some like run of the mill thug.
yeah, like they mentioned, like he's been like convicted like 12 times or something like
Be out
that.
of your mind.
Oh, Botan, you can't.
And then of course
Well,
Botan comes in
yes,
bugging
didn't
out
think I wouldn't
that
when you sent my best
he would
project
like
to a
give the
black
mission
hole.
like this
All
to
three of these criminals
Yusuke,
are
but then
pushing out
like
tremendous
then
amounts
she's
of
kind of
evidence.
like okay with it because he's like, I really had no one else to give this to.
The odds are against him.
Yeah.
But then of course we cut to like this dope scene where you see like Hiei with the sword and everything in the woods, as Yusuke's now finally like tracking them down again.
So yeah, they're like showing off what
If the sword can make demons from trees, just think what it'll
Uh,
do for humans.
my god.
I
They're
say we
showing
go to the
off
next big
what
city and carve out 1,000 of them.
Yeah, like
Imagine
what all
raising an
the
entire
items do.
demon army.
yes, what all the items can do.
I like the way you think, Hiei. If we
And
can eat souls, I even know how we'll feed
then
them all.
Kurama's like, oh, they're talking about their plan, and they're like, oh, we can make an army of demons.
We can use
And,
Kurama's weapon and
uh,
supposedly get complete control,
soon to be
isn't
dead
that
guy
right?
is like, oh, I know how to feed him. We
Mhm.
can with the orb of Boss. And then Kurama's like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm out.
Yeah, it seems like they all formulated like this plan together, but Kurama just really wanted to get one thing for
He
himself.
just wanted the mirror.
Yeah. But like Hiei, I forgot how evil Hiei came off at the beginning of this.
I must
And yeah, so yeah, it takes a bit for Hiei to
To like come around.
like to come around, like for like a while. And then
Flip if he leaves, but he's got no right to the.
oh Christ, what was I gonna say? Fucking losing my mind here.
Well, the one guy tries to fight Kurama because he doesn't want him to leave with that relic. And he's like swinging on him, but then Yusuke pops up.
Excuse me, neighbors.
And then this is pretty much like where we see the action towards the end of the episode.
No rain falling here. Maybe the next time you guys go
Yeah.
stealing some magic toys, you should hide where it's not so obviously sunny. Just a tip. Who are
So, you know,
And-
Yusuke just does his little trash talk.
Give us your
And then,
He's like, yeah, I'm a spirit detective.
but then like,
Then is
Hiei and Kurama pretty much decide to leave.
Kurama, you can't just walk out on a
manners.
Or at least Kurama leaves, and I guess Hiei goes after him. But then
That sounds like a deal.
Yusuke decides to fight this guy, but he decides that he wants to eat before the fight starts.
Don't mind waiting. I need a little snack.
and he pulls out a soul, and the soul belongs to the little kid that Yusuke saw fainted and needed help. And of course now we see Yusuke's got a soft spot for children. So Yusuke now decides to punch this guy in the stomach as hard as he can and gets him to throw up this kid's soul.
Yes.
So he catches,
kicks him.
Yeah, he
Kicks
gets
him.
a
Gives him a
flying
kick.
knee. And then gets a nice punch to the face. And then Yusuke pretty much just watches the kid's soul fly, I would assume, back to his body.
That's right, little boy. You're safe now. Just fly on
Yes,
home
you
to
would
your
assume.
And of course, Yusuke thinks
hopefully.
he won the fight and thinks this guy's knocked out.
And he's like, oh, well, all well that ends well.
Yep.
Think again, champ.
What's your problem? Get back on the ground. I hit you too hard for you to be on
I
your
just
feet.
love the way like Yusuke like talks to people. He's like, yeah, no, just get back on the ground. I just knocked you out. I hit you hard enough to be out for a long time. He's like just so nonchalant about it.
These dark primitive beasts feed on living souls.
And then apparently this guy is this like particular ogre that just his whole thing is eating souls. And then like he explains that he likes to cook bodies alive so their souls taste good, but you can't cook them like all the way till they die because then it ruins the taste before you extract the souls. It's some crazy stuff.
Next time I see Quinn, I have got to remember to ask him how to fight monsters.
But
That's oh yeah, so he's about to beat his ass with this tree.
yes, yeah. Yusuke starts getting his ass beat, gets hit by a whole tree. But then like Photon comes?
The spirit gun thing.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, Botan does not come. That is for the next episode. So he wants to use the spirit gun here, but he already used it on what's his face, Mr. Blockhead.
Yeah.
Who wasted the spirit gun on Mr. Blockhead, and so now we're at the point where Yusuke's about to get his shit kicked,
Yeah.
and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, exactly. Bam.
Or no. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's our episode.
Which is like, I don't know. I enjoyed both of them. I mean, like I said, I enjoy the show a lot because of like the writing and then the way they just run the whole show through. The way they like carry the episodes, I really like enjoy all that. Like, there's just so much like purpose like going through.
Yeah, there. I never feel like we're just wasting time.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice.
Mhm.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's refreshing to watch something like this. Especially like watching this now with like the way a lot of animes are now. Like a lot of animes don't do this now either. Like if you watch like shows like My Hero and stuff, like they all drag out now.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't watched My Hero in a bit. I kind of fell off after the third season, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm behind on that show too. So that's pretty much gonna do it for these two episodes. We definitely had some hiccups at the start of this.
Yes. Yeah. Trying to get this video working.
Yes, but hey, it's our first one, so we're gonna get better at it. I think I have most of the settings right now, so I shouldn't have these issues next week. But all should be well, I guess. Well, now that we're YouTube and audio, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and a comment to let us know how you liked everything. And then as per usual, peace out, take care, until next time.
Woo!
This guy's not even doing his signature smell you later.
Oh yeah, smell you later. I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
trying to figure out if I'm being defrauded.
I'm gonna have to fight him now. I'm not gonna win the fight, but I'm gonna have to fight him now.